Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with mostly carnivore talk, but we do sometimes talk about carnivore and keto. Look at this black coffee. I have it for my first one, and it doesn't even hurt. Whoever thought? I'm one of those, I like it blonde and buttery or ghee with my keto unsweetened creamer, or I can tolerate the black. But what I don't like is just if I only had like 1 tablespoon of a creamer and it's that mud color, for me that doesn't taste good. So I either like it fully loaded or black. Just in case you were taking a survey. What, you're not taking a survey? Oh, I thought that was an important census question. No? Okay. So here we are. It is so brutally cold here today, and I'm getting ready to do my Uber and Lyft. It is 3:46 a.m., and that's how I roll. I go to bed early and get up early and eat my OMAD early, and I'm early for everything. maybe, whatever. A little later in life, I found the perfect food plan at 69 and a half. But here we are. And so with our barnyard of animals, and we've got the rabbit, we've got the turtle, we've got the cucumbers, we've got or I should say pickles, we've got the no matter what club, and then my favorite is being a Goldilocks. And I hope a lot of you are Goldilocks too. We have such a limited menu in carnivore, you might as well have what you want. That's not a big demanding, we're not princesses, we're Goldilocks. There's a difference. How I like my coffee, how I like my meat cooked, how I like what certain cuts of meat makes me a Goldilocks. But I'm not impeding on anybody else's space because I like ghee in my coffee, in my frother, or in my Ninja Bullet. So we're here and we do this and we don't get pouty and petulant. No more petulant. It doesn't look good on an older person. It really doesn't. Have you ever seen one? One of my most favorite nights at the jail was they had an arrest for an OUI, and it was a woman even older than me. So she was in her 70s. And she was definitely a princess. And so she didn't like the accommodations, and she said the accommodations at another police department were better. I told her, well, the next time you feel like driving around and drinking, which she was doing in her Mercedes, I said, stick to that town, then you'll have the better accommodations. The logic of somebody drinking, right? And that was me. I mean, I drank. I'm close to another year of sobriety that I never take for granted. And so sobriety with alcohol and abstinence with food are my first two prayers that I shoot off to have help with. You know, I know food was the only reason I was a foodie at 9 years old was because I wasn't driving yet. And so the drinking. And I was a foodie with food because I was babysitting, and it was my BFF. Food was my BFF long before booze entered into it. And growing up in an alcoholic home, a lot of you are probably familiar with that. We don't think we're ever going to drink and be jerks like our parents were when they drank, and yet we turned right into them. That's how it goes. And I was a smoker too. But every day, you know, I just ask for, you know, to keep me from the dangerous foods. And sometimes we talk here about being a moderator or being an abstainer. And if you're an abstainer with your food, then it's automatic that you're 100% of your food program. So if you're a carnivore and you're an abstainer, meaning that you don't have that one sip, one bite, one taste, one sliver, one one cheat day, one cheat meal, one cheat week. You don't have that because you know that you've already done the moderation thing. I mean, isn't Weight Watchers strictly moderation, being a moderate? Isn't Weight Watchers like being a total moderator? And you know, can dabble in this and dabble in that, and it's encouraged. And they think that variety is going to make what you have a whole lot better, a whole lot easier. Sitting down to your plate of food and you have a statch. You got to have a statch, right? A Weight Watcher approved statch, and then a protein and a fat. And so you've got the carbohydrates with that. And then you can have that unlimited fruit and unlimited veggies. And people used to, I used to say, there's carbs and veggies, and people would look at me and say, but they're veggies. They're good for you. And it's like, so I probably parroted the same thing. There's another animal, a parrot. And you're good for you. And it's like, there I was having my 6 to 8 fruits every day and my unlimited vegetables and my salad. You saw it, because all of my videos are still up, from my Weight Watcher to low carb, high fat to keto under 20 to carnivish to carnivore. What a journey. It's like these steps, and it's so wonderful to be a carnivore. And being a carnivore, it's funny because since I've become a carnivore, I gave up the sweet. I liked my coffee sweet for decades. So I gave up the sweeteners, which were xyla and erythritol. And then I gave up the sweetened keto, which was hazelnut and vanilla. And now I just have unsweetened keto, Kitu, in my coffee. I gave up, the gum was earlier. And so I brought in the black coffee, which I never thought I would be able to do. And very aware of eggs and dairy in limited amounts. And so last night was my messy burger night, and I usually have 2 slices of pepper jack cheese with it. And instead, I had bacon to replace that. So, there was more. My messy burger had bacon, a spicy Italian sausage from Whole Foods, and then the 11-ounce burger from the Brazilian butchery. And so, yeah. And so, and no dairy. Now, today is my pizza. So, yes, I do have my cheese. But if I only have it, in limited amounts, and in this case, once this week on a Saturday, then I do just fine. It works out for me. But I'm definitely paying attention to eggs and dairy as they do change. It's not like I've got this horrible reaction, explosions and things like that. I don't have that. It's just I'm aware when I eat just the meat, with sometimes butter or ghee in my coffee, that it's a much smoother sort of week. I'm just aware. It's how you become aware. The salts I use are Celtic salt crystals. I have a little dish that I put on my tongue twice and then drink my warm lemon pink Himalayan salted water in the morning. And then I have my pink Himalayan salt in my water, in my coffee. And then I have Redmond's salt on my foods. And that seems to do the trick. I used to take I have a wooden box with tons of supplements that I used to spend lots of money on. And now I just have 5,000 units of vitamin D every day. I live in the north. So I do that because it helps with the, it's funny. We eat the SAD diet, and we have the SAD with the seasonal depression, right? And so I think driving my Uber and Lyft when it's sunny out, the light filters through my eyes. I think it really helps. I know that I'm always in a nice, uplifted, chipper sort of mood. And I don't, is it just eating meat and I find everything feels good, or is it that I get the sun rays through my eyes from being out there, even if it's, 0 degrees, the sun is out. I don't know. But I love it nevertheless, and it seems to work. I love waking, a few videos back, I called it the Zen, and it is the Zen. It's like this, natural, organic, good mood that happens from the time I wake up. I have solid sleep, although a few days ago at the height of the full moon, I woke up after 6 hours and there was nothing. There was nothing that I could do that would put me back to sleep. And so I got up and I did some bags and boxes for Salvation Army. Greg wakes up and is like, "What's all this?" And it's like, go to the Salvation Army. So it felt good. It's a stat, as they say. I've got tons of places that I can purge. I used to work in an office setting, and so I had all those office setting type outfits and shoes and snappy little pants and scarves and all that kind of stuff. And now I find, I like a nice thin top coat for when I drive, and I kind of do my female limo driver version, of just keeping it a little bit sassy, a little bit, professional, and that just works. So I've got a slew of clothes that I never wear again. All these expensive blazers, gone. All these expensive little office shoes, gone. I basically go from flip-flops to boots, As long as my feet and hands are warm, I'm a happy camper. So I love that I'm an abstainer. It makes it even that much more easy. My list of drinks are very short: coffee, mineral water, water from our tap that is triple filtered, and so I have, and then I use another filter to remove fluoride and lead, and I pink Himalayan salt that with the lemon in the morning, and then the Gersteiner water throughout the day, and actually not throughout the day, just kind of like from the afternoon. The coffee, black at first, who knew? And then the other 2 cups of coffee have ghee/butter, or butter, and the keto. And it feels really good. My meats, I'm mostly a beef gal. I just am. And I love great chunky burger. I like spicy Italian sausage from Whole Foods. I'm making a casserole of that, which means there's sausage in it, there's burger in it, there's a piece of cheese on it. How fancy is that? With 1 tablespoon of Rao's pizza sauce, because it's got like almost less than 1 carb in it when it's 1 tablespoon. Just something to make it wet. You wouldn't even notice the red in it. That's my little cassolette. And ribeye, T-bone, prime rib, the burger, the ground sirloin, which is the burger, and I'm happy every now and then, a fatty pork chop every now and then, fatty country ribs, and there, you have what I'm eating. It's a short list, as they say in Boston. It's a short list. So I'm happy, I'm content, I got the Zen thing going, and yeah, I am totally delighted that I have this food program. There's great people to watch out there. You can watch the young and vibrant and quick to lose people. This is the turtle show where our metabolisms, all those things they warned us about, your metabolism slows down by 10% every decade that you're alive. Thanks. I needed you to tell me that, because otherwise I wouldn't have known, right? I love the non-scale victories of being a carnivore. And it's funny because towards the end, when I was carnivish, before I became totally carnivore, when I was having my 2 Brussels sprouts on Sunday, there was still a difference. It's amazing. I've had what I think are oxalate dumps. If you don't know what oxalates are, get ready, strap yourself in, because it's like, how come people aren't telling us about these things? Because they don't want you to know. That's why they're not telling you. Eat your green veggies, oh sure, and be sick. Yeah. So I've had them. They've been they've been bathroom versions versus out my eyes or out of my skin. Little, some people describe oxalate dumping as like these glass shard uh, dumpings out of their eyes, and in other places. I think that I think it's different for all of us, and fascinating subject. You could do a week of oxalate teachings and still come out of it going, "Oh, really?" So anyway, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. Um, I do accountability coaching, and it's done by way of emails, and it's kind of different for each person because it's what their needs are, and sometimes they need the tracking part, sometimes they need the accountability part, sometimes they need a little of both, and sometimes they just need a friend that they can talk to about being carnivore because the world around us, at least my world, is not carnivore. It's not even keto. It's not even Weight Watchers. So sometimes we just need that one-on-one. This person understands me, and so I do that. It takes a lot of time, as does all of my answering every comment that I get. Sometimes people are blocked because they're snarky, but outside of that, it's pretty good. And so that's what I do. And so I hope you have a wonderful day. This has been Sarah with all of my characters around me. You can also call me Goldilocks. I like that. And I will see you the next time here on Pearls of Wisdom. Thank you so much for watching. I couldn't do it without you, and I don't plan on it anytime soon. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.